I told him I'm going to give it a 6-month shot at this, and I am feeling a difference.
Well, needless to say, when I woke up the next morning, I mean, it was like, oh my gosh, I slept wonderfully.
I do feel a change, and I'm very glad that I took the step just to better your health. If you feel a better 5 hours more a day, it's worth it. It's worth every bit of it. And I'm not regretting doing this.
I would say that if you're skeptical, to take a deep breath and try it, because it can't harm you.
Yeah, really, really think about this. It can really change your life.
First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Doug Beech, and you've all heard from me one way or the other, either by phone or by mail or something, or met me. And thank you so much for coming to our Fibromyalgia and Chronic Fatigue seminar that Dr. Mishra and I are putting on tonight. And this is Dr. Mishra. I'm sure you've all figured that out. And what we wanted to do tonight is to spend, it's about 7:30 now. I was going to let Dr. Mishra talk first and explain to you about fibromyalgia from an Ayurvedic perspective, which is a little different than I think we get from Western medicine, but is extremely valid. And we know this because when we treat people, they get better. And I would like for him to explain that, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the program. Not everybody, some of you have met me and we've gone through what the program is for the treatment protocol for fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, but some of you haven't, and I want to review that and give you some information, and then we'll spend maybe 15 minutes or so taking questions. And we want to answer all your questions tonight and make sure that we've satisfied all that. So I'll go ahead and leave it to Dr. Mishra, and thank you very much.
So how many of you know about Ayurveda? Good. Let me give you a little brief introduction of Ayurveda. What is, you can say Ayurveda or Ayurveda in English and Ayurveda in Sanskrit. It's a science, at least 5,000 years old science. Of course, originated in India, but nowadays it's becoming very popular in all over the world, including your country. And it has two root words. One is Ayu, means life, Veda. Ayu means life, Veda means knowledge. Again, because the way this science is all organized, it's originally written by the creator of this world, who created us, who created vegetables, who created grains, who created herbs, who created stars and moon. That God, according to our Vedic knowledge, that God created this science originally. Like when some scientist is making very sophisticated machine, at the same time he has to make the manual to take care of that machine, take care of us, take care of everything. So originally we believe that the creator of universe has created this science. And Ayu means life, and every word has its own definition. Every word, whether it is definition of Ayurveda or knowing about an organ or knowing about a disease or knowing about a herb or mineral, every word has a definition, a complete, eternal kind of definition which doesn't change in time. It always remains the same thing. So Ayu has its own definition, And the definition is, I will translate, the combination of physical body, mind and heart and senses. When all these four factors are working together, that state is called Ayu, life. Ved is the knowledge, but eternal knowledge, which doesn't change as time to time. I change my theory. No, this is eternal, like pure eternal knowledge, like sun is always going to rise from east, that kind of knowledge. This science is dealing with Ayu, means whenever we are talking about any disease or any health, whenever we are evaluating health or trying to diagnose the disease, we always evaluate physical health, mental health, emotional health, sensual health, and spiritual health. I will not go in that detail of definition of health, but in nutshell, I want to tell you that whenever we are seeing any individual, first we analyze that individual, that particular individual's, before even talking about disease, before even thinking about disease, first we analyze that individual, that individual's physical health. How is the physical health? Is there any mineral deficiencies there? Any hormonal imbalances there? All about physiology and physiological changes and imbalances in terms of physiology. Then we evaluate their mental and emotional strength. How is their mental state? How is their emotional state? How they are thinking? How much negative they are about their disease and life? How much positivity is there? How much, we ask questions. We ask questions. How you feel about your disease? If they say, oh, I came here somehow, but I know my disease is incurable because some MD told me that you just take the medication. It is never going to go. Then we try to tell them that no, this is not the case, we are trying to do this. So we are enhancing their psychological strength first. If you keep negativity in your mind that your disease is never going to be cured, then you are already making some psychological toxins and which is disturbing your immune system, and then what you do? You have to fight against your own toxins first. Forget about curing the disease. So we evaluate that also and try to take care of that part. Is there any emotional trauma going on? Of course, we see pulse, and Dr. Beech knows very good about pulse also. Pulse is one of the parameter, one of the tool among 8 other tools in Ayurveda to know, to evaluate that how this person's psychological health, sensual health, mental health, emotional health, physical health, and spiritual health is doing. So we evaluate all those factors first as individual. Same symptoms. People are coming